Hello YouTube, Reseller Mom here. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is focusing on fixing missing data that is in your listings that may be causing your sales velocity to not be as good as it could. So perhaps you've noticed a decrease in velocity, or maybe something was selling really good and now it's just a couple a month, or you've got something that's going on and you need to figure it out. So let's dive right in here. It is August 2nd, 2023. It's Wednesday, and I knew this was something that I had seen, and I'd done a little bit of this, but there was a lady, Amy West, put together a really good snippet on her Facebook page the other day, and I watched it, and I'm like, oh, I need to do that. So not only am I in the process of getting all of mine fixed, I'm also putting it on my to-doist so that I can keep up on it and add it to my weekly / bi-weekly, monthly tasks that need to be done being an Amazon seller. So thank you to her. If you have never checked her out, I would go check her out. Go follow her. She's got a YouTube channel, a Facebook page, and a website. And on her website, she does offer coaching, but she also has some great resources there. Her main focus is private label, with both sourcing in Mexico and sourcing in China, primarily Alibaba. So if that is your business model, you'll want to have her bookmarked so that you can access those resources if needed. Such as if I needed a quality inspector in China to go inspect my product at the plant or inspect the plant, she has some available on her page that I could then go contact and get that done. So always good to know where your resources are, and she is definitely one of my resources. Okay, I'm going to show you two ways on how to do this. One is the bulk way, and one is going in and doing it item by item. How to navigate it. From your Amazon dashboard in the top left corner, those three little lines that bring up the menu, click those three little lines, click category, and then improve listing quantity. Quantity or quality? Quality. Said it wrong. Improve listing quality. From here, you can use this side dashboard and then go into the different reasons, such as accuracy or optimizing conversion or, advertising, etc. You can kind of click on that to bring up just those items. This is the full view. I had 200 SKUs. Now, I do have to say, out of the 200 SKUs, a lot of them were duplicates. So it was like, this is wrong, but also this, but also this. So, maybe 3 or 4 issues for one SKU or one ASIN. So it wasn't as bad as at first looked to be. Your options are to go through the recommendations and click on said boxes here, or click on view all 6 improvements, view all 4 improvements, and go through all of the improvements at once for each listing. Or you can do the bulk, add missing attributions in bulk. When you click the bulk button, you're going to see this page, and you're going to click generate report. This is going to initiate an Excel file that will download to your computer that you will need to open up, input the missing fields, save, and then upload. When you upload it, you're going to click upload, go through your computer, find that file wherever you save that file at, select it, and then you'll have this review and upload. I did not go through and complete because I had some errors, but what it would look like is completed, and then you'd click just upload and it would process. I would say generating the report took a couple of minutes, uploading the file took 5 to 10 minutes, and then I had errors, so I didn't click through and do the bulk file. When you are doing files with Amazon, and I'm gonna take my face away for just a second here. When you're saving files and you go to save and you save as, that bottom option underneath where you'd put in the title of whatever you want to save your file as, and then you need to save it in a particular way. Most files from Amazon come in this Excel macro-enabled workbook, and that is going to be a .xlsm file. And this is kind of a side tangent, but I think everybody who works in and out of Amazon needs to know this basics. When they say you need to have either an XLSX or a text file to re-upload the data, that is what it's talking about. So if you just hit save on that file, you're going to save it as a macro and you're not going to be able to upload it. You need to go in and hit save as, and then either select workbook or the text tab delimited, and save it like that. And it puts it into a different format that Amazon can then read. All files from Amazon, at least I believe all the files that I've downloaded recently, and I do a lot of bundles, variation wizard reports and flat files for fixing listings, all come in macro, and they typically want either the Excel extension or the text tab delimited. Now, in this scenario, they didn't really care, so I don't think that I needed to. I don't think it's applicable to this one, but if you're having troubles, then it is most likely that. Now, if you are working in other formats such as Google, like a Google Sheet or something else in the Mac world, you're going to want to, again, save it in a format that Amazon then can re-upload it. And you usually have those options. All right, next page. Once you open up this Excel file, my first thing I need to do is enable editing. I always have to enable editing. I don't know if that's all computers everywhere, but all my computers, I have to enable editing. There, it defaults to the instruction page, and then down here you can find the tabs where you can go between the recommendations and the instructions. If you're working in flat files for listings, there's going to be about 5 or 6 tabs down here that you can toggle between depending on what you're trying to do. So if you want to read the instructions, go for it. They're I don't know. I don't typically read Amazon instructions because they're difficult and painful to read. What I do is hit the Command F or Control F to hit that find button and then search the document for what I am trying to find. So if I'm trying to figure out what file format it needs to be in, Control F and then type in format, and then it will find in the instructions where it's talking about the format of the file you want and read that part of the instructions. For the, let's see here, the recommendations tab, this is what it's going to look like. And you will have the status, SKU, ASIN, product name, page views, sales, benefit of fixing the benefit is what you're fixing, what it's going to benefit, how it's going to benefit the listing. Like, we don't get any benefits from Amazon, but missing attribute value, and an example of what they're talking about. So what you can do is you can select everything and you can filter. If you want to filter, you can filter. You can go down each one. It is in some sort of order by ASIN, and the first 4 lines are all one ASIN. So that's important to know. All of these is 4 attributes to one ASIN that need to be updated. And the first line is the weight, then the second is the unit for the weight, container type, and then diet type. I love that they give you examples because this is important. If they want you to put in a numeric value, say the number 2, you cannot write in TWO. So if something was 2 pounds, you want to put the number 2, and then you want to put pounds. If it's 1 pound, you need to still put pounds. You need to go off of what their example is, because if you put pound, no S, you might get flagged and get an error because it's not an applicable value for that cell. So you got to catch those little mistakes. And you might be like, well, it's 1 pound, I'm not going to put plural. You know what? If it needs to have the plural, put the plural. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Apostrophes, it doesn't really like apostrophes in different values and different systems. So you start learning that as you work more and more with flat files, but it's great to use those recommendations to see what the heck are they talking about. So container type, an example was just a canister. If you go into that edit button and hit the drop down, it will show you all the different attributes that are applicable for that cell. Same with this one was paleo, halal, kosher, vegan for diet type. You can also have vegetarian, gluten-free. You can type in what you want to show on some of these. Some you have to go within their value system. And that is tricky to know as well. Try adding in your values and you're typing in what you want. And if you get an error, then go see what they're requesting you to do. So I'm just giving you some tips on if you're encountering errors, what to do with that. Like for this diet type, if I wanted to put in there keto friendly, I could type in keto friendly. And if it goes through, great. That's awesome. What that means is on the product display page, let's see here if I can go to this view really quick. On that display page that the customer is looking on the Amazon detail page, it will, in the about section and in the different sections in Amazon, it will have the about, and it will say that attribute, and then it will say keto friendly. So if a customer is typing in, I don't know, like sandwich bread keto friendly, your item will come up more likely if it has those keywords in there. So you want to have those words matching up to get your ideal customer in front of your page. All right, now some things, like I said, have to be within their parameters, and some things you can just type in what you want. They don't tell you off the bat which ones are which because it's Amazon. All right, now back to the other page. If you just clicked on view all the attributes to adjust, you'll see something that looks like this, and you can toggle up here between all, improve search results, add product overview. Usually I'll just keep to all or improve search, whatever I'm working on, and go through here. When you click on this and see a little arrow, it's got a little arrow to it. If it's got a little arrow to it, you can click on it and drop down and pick what's applicable. If you go in and edit this product, like go into the listing and click that edit button, go to the page where this diet type is on, which is the last tab in your listing. Sometimes you'll have the add more, so you can add more. So maybe it's vegan and vegetarian and kosher, and you want to put all of those in. You can go and add different fields. It will make a new box. On this page, it's not. So if you're looking for that, go in and edit. If you just want to add something, you can use this page. For number of items, see how it doesn't have the drop down? You just put in a numeric value there. This one's kind of tricky for number of items. It trips up a lot of people. Let's say you're selling playing cards. I'm helping somebody do some listings with some playing cards, and each deck of cards has 52, but there's also 2 jokers, and you're getting 2 sets of cards. Well, how many cards are there really? You know, it's tough. Do you put in 52? Do you put in 54 because you got the jokers, or do you put in 108 because you're getting 108 total cards? Think of your customer. What is your customer looking for? Because if I'm looking for a deck of cards for poker, I'm going to put in deck of cards, and I'm going to put in 52 because I'm specifically looking for 52 card decks, and I want to narrow my search by that. However, if I'm doing a birthday party and I'm trying to buy cookies and I want to make sure that I have at least 80 cookies for the party, then maybe I want a total count for the package. So just get in your customer's shoes. What would be the best helpful, most helpful, clarified numeric value to put in there for number of items? They also have a couple of different spots where it's asking for the number, which gets tricky because if you have, let's say, 2 packs of Oreos and each pack of Oreo has 20 Oreos in it, do you put 40 total? Do you put 2 packs? It can get confusing. I have sometimes made the listing and then gone and look at it as a customer perspective and see how does it look? Is it confusing? Because if it's confusing, your customer is going to be confused. All right, guys, that is the ins and outs on getting these fixed up. I still have more to go, and you want to do all these attributes. It ties in with the algorithm for searching. It ties in with your advertising algorithm. It gives the system more words to work off of to help you find that customer and make that sale. If this video helped you out at all, I'd love a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. If you're not a subscriber, I would love to have you as a subscriber. I am always putting out content to help the Amazon community, especially on these how-tos to get your listings, get them fixed. I go to YouTube a lot when I can't find something, so I find content like this very valuable. And if you do too, please help me out by giving it a thumbs up. All right, guys, take care and have an awesome day.